Everybody. I am your instructor for English 101, Dennis Wise. We will be seeing the next 7.5 weeks of writing excitement. I think we can say excitement. We'll be overseeing this together. And I just want to give you a short, quick welcome video to show you how to navigate the course, how to get through it, all right? Especially for those of you who've not done an online course before, especially an accelerated course. So first off, for those who've not done an online course before, they're unusual. It takes a lot of self-motivation. I'm here to be a cheerleader to help you out as much as I can. I'm always very good with answering questions, especially over email. But a lot of the things with the online course is, as long as you can stay on top of the work, and you can organize a schedule so that you can get everything done, it's like a great way to do learning because it's entirely on your own. It's totally self-motivated. It's just keeping that self-motivation is always the big part of any online course, and that's definitely the piece of advice I would give to someone who's not taken this kind of course before. The second thing I want to make note of is that this is also an accelerated course. So that means instead of 15 weeks of fun, we only get 7.5 weeks of fun, which is going to be disappointing to many of us, I'm sure. But it also means that because we are accelerated, it is basically twice as much work in half the amount of time. So if you figure for an in-person class over 15 weeks, you can expect to do 9 to 12 hours per week on that course in a normal course. Online, you double that. So it's going to be about 18 to 24 hours per week just for this one course because it's accelerated and it basically goes twice as quickly. So there's that. But you do get out of here a little bit quicker than you do for an online in-person course. So, there's a little bit of a trade-offs there. Now I just want to sort of like show you some of the functionality of the course here. So what I have here is the opening page as soon as you open up English 101 on D2L. This is the page that it shows you. What you would notice here is we have some announcements. Actually, technically no announcements yet, but I will actually put out announcements pretty much after every due date. So always be on the lookout for that. Usually they're short, quick things, nothing too strenuous. A few quick heads ups and that kind of aspect thing. One of our textbooks is actually also on this page. So here under Course Tools, Writer's Help 2.0 by Andrea Lunsford. You simply click on that and it will take you to the course book. Now, for one thing, some of you might not know is that you do not have to do anything extra to order the books. The books will be charged automatically to your Bursar's account unless you physically opt out of them. So ideally, everybody should have access to these books as soon as you log into the course. So Writer's Help 2.0 is right there on the home page. I'll show you where the other books are in a little bit. But across the top here, you can see our nav bar. This shows you everything that you really need to find out about our course. So for example, we have a shared Google Drive, which I sent out an email. Everybody's now signed up for that. If you want to see your grade, you can see your grade at any time. It is constantly available to people. And right now you see a lot of empty numbers. That's because nothing has been graded yet, but you can look at grades. Discussions and assignments are the two primary ways in which we do homework. And so you can find out where to put your discussion posts and your assignment uploads through these particular links. However, you do not necessarily even have to go to that because one of the nice things about D2L is that everything is interlinked. And so the big tab that you're going to want to pay attention to is here, this content tab. And I'm going to click on this now. This will take us to our content page, which will have basically all the homework assignments, all this readings, everything you're going to need to know for this course. And so what we have here, on the left-hand side, and this column here is the table of contents. So for example, we have table of contents, we have the start here due date, we have course information. Let's just click on the course information for now. This is where you're going to find things like course introduction, course description, instructor bio. Not to know how much you want to look at that. Look at course materials. This will take you to the textbooks. So you already saw Writer's Help 2.0, which was on the homepage. Here you have the Digital Student's Guide. You simply have to click through this in order to get access to the student guide. There will be several readings over the course of 7.5 weeks from this textbook. You'll also have what we call eLive Review, and this is an external learning tool. I think you pay like $12, $15 for it. In which case it's really helpful for doing peer reviews. And a course like this is going to be, it's pretty much a community-oriented course. You get to comment on other people's papers, and they get to comment on yours. So ideally, you're going to, even though this is an online course and you never meet anybody here face to face, you're going to get to know people relatively well just by becoming familiar with the work. And Eli Review really streamlines that process. Now, you can get Eli Review from the University of Arizona bookstore. It's also a little bit quicker if you just buy it straight through Eli Review themselves. And it might be, the link for that might be in here. But once you start setting up Eli Review, you just need to search for our course, which will be, that's the roster code that you've used. And if you have any problems with your textbook, accessing your textbooks within the first week, obviously you email me, we'll take care of that. But hopefully most of this is pretty straightforward. Let's look at assignment syllabus and major assignments. Here for this course, obviously the syllabus, important document, but you can have 3 major assignments over the next 7.5 weeks, in addition to all the minor homework assignments. So the first project we're going to do is a genre literacy narrative. You click on this link and it will show you the assignment sheet for project 1. Next, we're going to do a new genre analysis. So you're going to be working with a genre of writing that you have not worked with before. And project 2, the assignment sheet outlines exactly what you can do. Project 3 is, according to consensus from past students, it's probably the easiest or the least work intensive of the 3 major projects. That is where you simply collect a number of writing artifacts that you've done throughout the course, and then you write a reflection on what you have learned from those artifacts. And so it's a relatively easy way to end a relatively intense course. So you won't be gasping for breath too badly at the end of it. But projects 1, 2, and 3 are the big projects. The syllabus, I'm not going to click on it. I have it open over here. By the way, helpful tip. One way to get through D2L really easy, you're allowed to have multiple tabs open at the same time. That saves a lot of loading, clicking, and going back and forth. So I tend to do that, especially when I'm grading. But you're going to find it's going to be useful too if you like. So we have the syllabus here. We're just going to do a quick crash course through here. This is who we are. You are now enrolled in the U of A. Congratulations. My name, Dr. Dennis Wise. If you happen to be on campus, we can always have a meeting on campus. I do hold office hours by appointment. But we can also have office hours through online through, we have a Zoom room, which is actually on the page. There is a link for it around, I think it's on the instructor bio, but I could send it to you as well. But email is probably going to be the primary way of contacting me. I tend to check email frequently. So if you give me a quick question, I'll answer it relatively quickly, as soon as I get it, honestly. If you ask me a more complex question that requires me, actually looking into D2L and looking at things, that might take maybe a day or so, but I do try to answer things pretty quickly, and I do check email on weekends. Some professors don't do that, but I tend to work constantly, weekends included, so I don't really mind emails at all. But there's a course description, course goals and objectives, textbooks, supplies, statements. One of our first due date assignments will be to look through the syllabus and read through it. So I'll give you guys, I won't go through it now. You guys can do that at your leisure. But syllabus is on this table of contents along with the major assignment prompts. Now, our class starts on the pretty soon. Our first due date will be very soon after that. So for this course, all due dates are going to be on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. And so our first due date will be this Sunday at 2 p.m. And so let's click on start date, due date number 1, and it will take you to this screen. And this is how you get through every single due date for our course. Oh, by the way, going back to our syllabus for a bit, one thing I do want to show you is that there is a daily schedule for our syllabus here. So this is our first due date right here, day of the week plus the actual date. Corresponds to due date number 1. I did mention that we have 3 due dates per week. So there will be 3 times per week in which you have to submit work, and then you get a summary of what kind of work will be involved in this particular box right here. Our first due date here, again, we are in the table context. We hit due date number 1. Start here, due date 1. The first assignment is simply a discussion board post. You introduce yourself. You follow the instructions. Next, you get a small getting to know you survey, relatively quick and simple. This is a comment on the syllabus assignment. Now, for this one, this is a link. Everybody here has access to Google Docs. And actually, let me pull that up. So we have a shared Google Drive folder, which takes you to a whole bunch of documents for this course. And so if you've never used Google Docs before, it's pretty simple. You won't actually, like I said, you won't have to click. You won't actually have to click the Google Docs, the shared Google Drive at the top. If you simply click on this link right here, it'll take you directly to our Google Docs syllabus, and then you just add a comment. So there are a lot of embedded links here. If for some reason a link doesn't work, you let me know. I'll go ahead and fix it. Then you have map up your weekly schedule. They do this because it is an accelerated course, is so intense. It does help if you organize your time ahead of time. So that's what that particular assignment is for. Then you can also comment on project 1. That link takes you directly to our Google Docs folder. And then you get a couple of other assignments as well. And that is going to be due date number 1. You finish those assignments by due date number 1, Sunday, October 20th by 2 p.m. and you get full credit. I tend to be relatively, as long as you fulfill all the things that the due date, the homework assignment is asking, I tend to give full credit. As long as you do everything it's asking, and it's not like too skimpy in length. It's an honest effort to do it. These homeworks are designed to be relatively low stakes writing, just to help you with the major projects. It's the major projects that will be graded a little bit more rigorously than the homeworks. But doing the homeworks is just a way to help you basically with the major projects. And once we get ready for due date number 2, that's where we click down here, module number 1. And so you see here, due date 2, due date 3, due date 4, so on and so forth. And we do that for 21 due dates, and that's it, that's you're done. All right, that's my introductory spiel for now. Good luck. I look forward to getting to know everybody here, and I'll see and talk to you soon. Take care.